Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we will be looking at the Kenilworth meeting for today, the 9th of June 2021 on the winter course. But before we go there, I just want to quickly share a few things with you. Now, yesterday, I want to give you feedback. I gave you guys Outsider as an outright selection, not an outsider selection. I said, this horse is going to go to the front and it's going to stay into the front. And that's exactly what happened. Impressive Duchess went to the front, 53-1, paid the public. And then also in that race, I gave you a trifecta for 60 Rand, paid 1,339 Rand. Then I also gave you a quartet selection in the same race for 360 that paid 11,000 Rand. Then in race number 7, we were strong on Big City Girl and Midnight Gem. I said to you in my preview, I think those two horses, this is what will fight out the finish. And that happened. And in the third horse was also in our selections. And the exacta, you could have paid it, you could have taken it for 60 Rand or for 6 Rand. Oh, sorry, the exacta paid 88 Rand, and then a trifecta, you could have played for 60 Rand, or for 6 Rand, you would have won 562. And then in the last race, we gave you Feather the Nest. Although I see on the tote, this horse is only paying 3 Rand 40 a win, a Feather the Nest, or 3 Rand 80. At Interbet and World Sports Betting, that horse was available at 5-1. And then, yeah, we also included Blue Eyes into our selections, but unfortunately we didn't have informative, but we also had after hours in our selections. So coming back to our selections of yesterday, so surely you can see it pays to follow the Genie. So subscribe to Outsider Genie form analysis and contact me on 083-585-5133 to receive all the packages. So let's move on to the racing for today at Kenilworth, where we kick off with a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. Let's just get down there, and here we are. So maiden plate over 1,200 meters starting at 12:50. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Oh, you know what? Sometimes this technology can. I had everything set up and now it keeps on loading. All right, here we have number 9, Dragonfly, 6-10, double superlative, 4-1, Debonard, 8-1, Mr. Frosty, 9-1, Coffee Break, 10-1, 16-1, Buffalo Thorn, and longer the rest. Scratch number 4. Now, 6-10 on this horse is very short, because I do think there are other horses that can beat it, but it is my first selection, but I won't be rushing to take the 9-10. That is for sure. If you want to have a bet, maybe look at the, maybe a double with number 9, Dragonfly. Yeah, this horse ran 3 lengths behind Rod the Mott, and then it ran half lengths behind Never Ending Run. But guys, again, I'm coming back to this thing about time. I mean, okay, this was a little bit soft. So the 400 to finish 26.8. That really is not fast. Now, if you have a look here, you'll see here that the adjusted time per meter was 62.10. Now, I also like number 2, Mr. Frosty. And he has a time on the same day, 28.29 of May. I just want to show you quickly. Now, this was a week later, but it was also soft going. Now, I just want to explain to you again that this adjusted time per meter do take in account the going of the day, so that you can then, you know, compare horses irrelative what the going was. Now, if you have a look, you'll see that Mr. Frosty has got an adjusted time per meter of 61. So that means, over 1,000 meters, his time would have been 61.97. Where number 9, Dragonfly, was 62.10, so slightly better. So I think number 2, Mr. Frosty, is a serious contender in this race today. And one of these days, this horse is going to go to the front and stay in front. Maybe today, I don't know. Then my other outsider selection is number 7, Debut Noir. This horse finished extremely well, also on the yielding going. And if you have a look here at this horse's time per meter, you will see that it's also 62.02. So also a little bit faster than the favorite. So I'm thinking this horse also needs to be included in all your play. I'm sure he's going to be there at the finish. And then number 8 is a nicely bred twice over colt. So watch the betting, and with Justin Snave and Richard Fourie, surely you need to include. Also, a horse like Coffee Bright, maybe you want to put that also into your play, somewhere quartets, trifectas. So let's move to race number 2. Was not a maiden plate and over 1,200 meters for fillies and mares. And here the betting is as follows. Number 8, Mums and Toti, 11 to 10, Silver Darling, 4 to 1, Adira, 8 to 1, 9 to 1, Queen Mercury, 9 to 1, Tamil Tiger, 16 to 1, Born to be Queen, and 16 to 1, Seeking Peace, 18 to 1, Bite Me Lip, and 25 to 1, and longer the rest. So it looks like Candace Bass Robinson is going for the first double all to come. So let's have a look at this horse, a Mams and Toti, a Trippy by Beach Beauty. You can't get better breeding like this. And this horse ran on well, and you can see here also on the yielding going, this horse ran at 22 seconds, and I think that is quite fast. Also, if you look at the time here, 0.06615, that is also a reasonable time per meter. So I'm thinking number 8, the Mams and Toti, might go close in this race. You know, another horse that I fancy is number 7, Tamil Tiger. Also finished well, 23.4. It's reasonable. Robert Carty has got the ride again, and I think this horse will also improve from his first run. And then also number 6, Queen Mercury. I don't know what went wrong on the second race, but the first race was quite nicely. I don't know, this soft over the 1,400 meters might have been a problem, and now back to 1,200 meters can be involved in the finish. Adira is also a horse that has run some places and also can make a presence felt in this field. So do include in all of your play. And here we have number 11, Silver Darling. It's a first timer, but it's reasonably well bred. Richard Fourie for Justin Snape. So do include in all of your bets as well. And then for the back end of your quartets, you might want to put in Seeking Peace, maybe make for the benefit of a bigger payout, should it place. Then we move to race number 3, Merit 80 handicap over 1,200 meters. And here the betting is number 1, Captain Dizzy, 9 to 2, Ishapa, 9 to 2, Ticket to Ride, 6 to 1, Benjamin, 15 to 2, Faithful, 8 to 1, Fort Red, 8 to 1, 9 to 1, Moonrock, Matthew the King, 16 to 1, and longer the rest. Now, here my play, I'm going for number 8, Faithful. Now, I'll tell you why. Sorry, that's number 11, Faithful, sorry. Now, I don't know if you saw in the Sporting Post that this jockey got a suspension for a month because of his last ride on Faithful, because they say he didn't win full out on the horse and blah, blah, blah. But on the other side, the horse is having a second run after a serious injury. The horse had a serious injury, and the jockey felt that he didn't want to press it too much. So, and I can tell you today that this jockey is going to go full out on this horse today. And as you can see, the horse was running on last time on the soft, 24.5, a reasonable effort, 6-1-2-8, that's reasonable. And I'm thinking that the horse that will be finishing the best of all is number 11, Faithful. So surely a horse that you need to put in all your play, because this jockey is going to try his best to win this race. That I am pretty sure of. Then outsider selections is number 4, Benjamin. Also 1, 2 on a row. And then last time out was there and about, just got run out of it. But I do think that the 16 will suit this course and distance, 2 runs, 1 win and 1 second. So the horse do fancy the this distance of this race, which is at 1200 meters. I think last time out is a little bit, maybe a little bit too far, although it has won over 1400 meters. And my other outsider selection is number 12, Ticket to Ride. This horse, Karen Murray with Greg Union. Greg Union has having 1 or 2 winners. It's also always there and thereabouts. And I haven't won for 290 days, but I'm sure he'll be standing in a winning box soon. And also have a look at number 1. Captain Dizzy is the favorite. He's been running well and you know, has run against a little bit some stronger here and there. And certainly also in with chance today. And definitely a horse that you cannot leave out of anything. The number 2 is also a horse that you might want to look at. 1, 2 out of his last 3. Yeah, ran on nicely in a 78 last time and can also be involved in the finish. Then we go for number race 4 over the 1600 meters. A fillies and mares divided handicap. The other betting is number 3, KT2. 53 to 1. Number 7, Golden Dash 92. 5 to 1, Tallahassee. Cape Terry 6 to 1, 7 to 1, Celtic Knight. Granny's Moon 9 to 1, 9 to 1, Queen's Club. Kathleen 16 to 1, Hamish Fan 16 to 1, Apache Dream 22 to 1. I see Tallahassee was 92, now 5 to 1. Golden Dice is coming to 92. And number 1 is Drifting. So let's go to race number 4. Race number 4, where my first selection is number 4, Tallahassee. Now, Tallahassee is now running here in a D73. Last time out ran in a future race against Really Royal, and it just weakened out of it in the last little bit. Now today is running against much weaker, although a little drawn a little bit wide, but I'm not concerned about that. And I'm thinking number 4, Tallahassee, is going to run a huge race today. Now, for outsiders, I'm going for number 1, which is a stable companion. This horse is also run against, you can have a look here, 94, 99, 83, has actually won at 83, now running in a D73. So down 5 kilograms on that. And Merriton is also coming down a little bit. And I'm thinking, Kathleen, you might want to take the stable exacta here. It's definitely be a contender. Then we're going to look at race number, at outsiders number 6, Queen's Club. Also, orders is there and thereabouts, and definitely has got a chance in this field, as well as number 6, Golden Dar. Golden Dar did won a nice beating Razzle Dazzle, but the problem is Razzle Dazzle is battling to win a race and has been favored for 2 or 3 times, can't find the winning box. That's not too good, but you'll see this horse is here, second fastest. Last time out, also behind Starboard, second fastest, late effort. So certainly need to be included into your play. Then we move on to race number 5, which is a fillies and mares 97 divided handicap over 1600 meters, class B 86. Here the betting is as follows. Number 8, Lilac Sensation 3 to 1, Starboard 15 to 4, Real 9 to 2, Pretty Betty 11 to 2, Second Day Dips 8 to 1, 10 to 1, and longer the rest. So here in race number 5, my first selection is the horse here down at the bottom, Real. who's a half-kilogram overweight, but with this weight, still with the 52.5, I think this horse is going to be competitive. I've been following this reel for quite a while now, since the days in KwaZulu-Natal. Last time out was handy and game effort, and I think today King of the Milo will definitely be able to put it in a race from this weight of 52.5. Surely, I think with that weight today, she is a huge runner. And here we have the favorite number 8, Lilac Sensation. And I think also in with a huge chance, also from 52. Looking forward to a deal between these two. And then for outsider selections, we're going for numbers 1 and 5. Number 5 being Dad's Catch. Also a horse that won 2 in a row and then went a bit off form. But the last few runs has shown lives of getting back to form need to be followed. And then we're going to look at the number 1 horse, Ballroom Bliss. Ballroom Bliss has run against much stronger than she's meeting here. Captain Ransom, Seeking the Star, Princess Color. And I think at 16-1, definitely an inclusion in all of your bets. Number 1, Ballroom Blitz. Then we move to the 2-year-old races for fillies and then also for colts and geldings. And this race is the one for fillies over 1,200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting here. Here the betting is number 2, Santa Maria, 16-10, 3-1 Winter Mosaic, Kissing Point, 50-10. That used to be 3-1. 9-2 Quintus Light, 7-1 and 12-1. The rest. Now here in race number 1, my first selection is the number 1, Kissing Point. This horse beat a nice horse in Europe, whatever, with 5 lengths going start to finish, and over the 1,100. Now today back, it's going over the 1,200 meters, but I don't think that should be a problem. The horse is nicely bred, Global View, the mare Kiss and Fly by Jet Master, and I'm looking for a huge run from number 1, Kissing Point. And then not an outsider, but also a little bit longer, a bit in Quintus Light. Also run some good races, can probably involved in the placings. Number 2, Santa Maria, has also won 2. But I think the way number 1 wins, I think for me was more impressive than number 2, Santa Maria. And then also you can have a look at number 6, which is Winter Mosaic. Also a horse that has been running well, plays behind is a very good horse. Gimme That is a very good horse. Also beat Quintus Light. So number 6, I think, also inclusion in all of your bets. Then we move to race number 7, also over 1,200 meters, future for the boys. And here we have number 6, Ravenstrop, 16-1, Top of Fortune, 5-2, 4-1 African Rain, Barcelona, 7-1, Infinite Peace, 8-1, Dandilo Danalovic, 16-1, and longer the rest. Now here my play is this horse is number 8, Infinitive Peace, is a King's Barnes. I really like this King's Barnes by Trippy. Now there are quite a number of winners with King's Barnes and Trippy mares. This horse finished behind Captain's Knot. He was all at sea, lost 1 length, green, ran on. And I think if this horse is not green, running from a 56 today, I think this horse is definitely going to make its presence felt in this race today, number 8, Infinite Peace. Then you can also look at number 7, Trip of Fortune, also Trippy by Dualimir, also won nicely on his second run, can also be included. And then again, this African Rain I also like a bit. A horse that has won 2 races already, won nicely last time out. Barcelona did surprise on his debut and has been running reasonable races, but I think there might be 1 or 2 stronger than number 2, Barcelona. Than the Dalovic, I was expecting a bigger run from him last time. He did disappoint a little bit, but can come back to form. Just take a note, your Cosmic Highway was 4th in the 2-year-old at Scottsville on Saturday. So certainly that flanks that form a little bit. Then here's number 6, the favorite Ravensthorpe, who also counted up by 6 lengths, winning his maiden. But I'm thinking he's running a little bit against a little bit stronger this time, and it might not find it that easy to win. Then we move on to race number 8, a merit rated 84 handicap. Here the betting is as follows. Number 7, double charge, 33 to 10. Giovanni Puccini, 72. All lit up 5 to 1. Jeans Man, 8 to 1. I distracted 12 to 1. 12 to 1. Jamelia, 14 to 1. And better the race. Scratch number 11 and 13. Here my selection is the number 3 horse, All Lit Up. Actually, number 2 horse. I did recommend this horse last time because of his run behind Rocking Ringo in a higher class. That was a B89 and net. Now that was a C77. Today is C76. But in this horse, it says here late, wide, on the bend. Today it's drawn wide again. It's drawn 10 again. But I'm sure Greg Shane will have a little bit more experience. And with no disrespect to this jockey out Tarantal, I think Greg Shane will be able to place this horse better. And this horse has run against some strong opposition. There he ran in a 90, 83, 87, 82. And I'm just feeling if Greg Shane can place this horse nicely and get him to run on, I think number 2, All Lit Up, will be hard to beat. For outsider selections, I'm going with number 4, Jeans Man. This horse has got the ability, but he's not always putting it together. Hopefully today he will put it together and run an improved race. And then number 6, my other outsider selection, Jamila, only had 5 runs in Flower Alley by a Fordwood mare, nicely bred. And I'm thinking can also improve on the last effort. And then also we have a look at number 1. I was really disappointed with number 1 last time. I fancied it very strongly. He got beaten 2.5 lengths by Bereave. But the thing is, his horse never put up a fight. And yeah, I must say I'm not so strong to him onto him as I was last time out. So therefore, my selection number 2, All Lit Up. So that brings us to the conclusion of our preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction. And as I always say, break a leg.